Live stream. Welcome to Simply Forex, the place where we look at in-depth market analysis, price action. We're going to look at some live trades that I'm currently in. I'm currently in Euro Yen sales. Everything's going well. And we're going to look at all of your questions, guys. All right. So don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you like about trading. Yeah, so that's the plan, guys. Yeah, and in the live chat, guys, please come say hello. Please leave your questions. Don't be shy. So we'll start with the trade that I am in, and it is Euro Yen sales. And we're going to just try and understand this trade from a price action point of view and why I am in this trade. Also, guys, before I do, the editor is not here today, slacking. He's not very well, but so if something goes drastically wrong with technicals or anything, then we're all screwed because I have no idea. I can trade, I cannot operate computers. So yeah, there you go, guys. But I can see all your questions. I can see the live chat. I can see my slightly red face on the screen. So I think all is good. Right, let's begin. So Euro Yen sales, this is the trade that I'm in, guys, all right? And, you know, I'm just going to break it down for you from a simple price action point of view, right? And it's as simple as this, right? We was in an uptrend, clearly in an uptrend, and then price is kind of just ranged a little bit between here and here, and then bang, right? We broke down, we broke these last lows here, right? Price has retraced to the moving average 20, right? But we're in a downtrend. All right. We know yen's been strong because it's a flight to safety. And, you know, the fundamentals back this trade up as well, right? So Euro Yen so let's tally up all the reasons I like this trade. So we're in a downtrend, right? Tick. We're below the moving average 20. Tick. Okay, we've got a nice big bearish daily candle, tick, right? We're at a nice level of resistance, both horizontally and dynamic in terms of the moving average 20, tick, right? And we've got value, as in we've got room to move into. And a good way of thinking about value is how far away you are from the moving average 20, right? Because that's the mean. Yeah, price reverts back to the mean. If we're close to the mean, we're at good value, right? So it just ticks every box, guys, really. So that's what gives me my direction. And I'm looking to sell Euro Yen because I have got more ticks than my mathematics A-level paper. I have got a, what have I got? What's it called? I have got an A-level in mathematics. I just wanted to share that. Yes, I am boasting. So daily looking good, right? But we need to find an entry. And again, same checklist, not rocket science, right? Okay, so we was in this uptrend, really, right? And then price broke down again, right? And we're in a downtrend. So we're going to do the same checklist. So downtrend, tick. Right? Are we at support and resistance? We've got the moving average 20, right? And we've got this horizontal resistance level tick. Have we got a nice big bearish candle? I entered on this candle here. Tick. Have we got room to move into? Yeah, we got lots of room to move into. Therefore, we have value and we're not too far away from the moving average 20. Right, so again, tick, tick, tick. This trade could not tick more boxes. Say that after a few beverages. So I entered, right? It's as simple as that. Yeah, so I entered in here, guys, started selling in here. My stop loss is up here. And you'll see the alarm here. This is basically my 1:1, right? Once I get 1:1, I will take some profit off this trade. Yeah, I might take 80%, might take 70, might take 90%, and then I'm going to leave some profit to run back down to these lows and this 158.50 level. All right. And so far, so good, right? We still have another hour before this H4 candle finishes forming. But let's take a quick look at the hourly chart, right? That hourly candle has just by a pip, right, broken that low. Let's check that, in fact. So if you look at these figures up here, right, I'm going to look at the low of that candle. What's the low? 159.623. And I'm going to look at the close of this candle, 159.62, right? It has broken those lows. So looking good, right? This trade's looking good. We'll see how it plays out. You know, the markets have been super volatile, right? I've been in some trades, you know, things are looking good, and then Trump opens his mouth and that happens. Yeah, we don't like Trump and his mouth. So there you go, guys. That's the only trade that I'm in. And just to show you guys, you can receive all of my trade ideas, right? So if you want to join our VIP Discord channel, firstly join our free Discord, and then you can join the VIP Discord. You will see that I've put this trade exactly as I said in here. All right. And I give you the entries, stop loss, take profit, etc. If you remember back to yesterday's live stream, that Euro CAD trade, that worked out nicely in the end. We took some profit off that one as well. So yeah, come join the VIP Discord, guys. While I'm here, I am going to talk more about it, right? Because also you have the VIP strategies and tutorials, right? You have got so many things in here to enjoy. Yeah, if you want to learn how to trade. Anyway, enough of that. The link for the VIP will be below the vid. So yeah, that's the trade that I'm in. Everything's going well. I am also interested in pound US dollar sales, right? Now, this interestingly is just at a H1 break. But let's start with the day chart. And right, this is clearly right uptrend, bang, downtrend, right? Very, you know, that is a very aggressive move. Welcome to the markets at the moment, right? They are super leery. If you don't know what leery is, check it out, right? They're super volatile. But we're in a downtrend, bearish candle. That top wick is bearish. And, you know, today's candle hasn't finished forming, but, you know, we're getting a bearish reaction. So I'm looking to sell pound US dollar as well. Now, if we go to the H4, it's a little bit trickier, right? Because I would say that we are in, well, not I would say, we are. We're in a H4 uptrend. We're getting higher lows, higher highs, right? Now, we are in an uptrend, but we're at the moving average 20, right? And we know that is good dynamic resistance. Sorry, guys, just again, I have a real sweet tooth problem, and I have just pounded a load of, where is it? A load of Lindt dark chocolate, and I don't feel well, and a load of coffee. That's probably why I'm buzzing at the start of this live stream. Let me have some more coffee. Yeah, so if I start dancing, singing, spinning on my head, that's the reason why, right? But back to pound US dollar, right? This is in a H4 uptrend, but it's below the moving average 20. So it's a bit of a, what is it? I don't have enough confluence to buy it, and I don't want to buy it. We are in a H4 uptrend, but we're below the moving average 20. I would consider selling it back down to these lows. And if this candle stays like this, I will sell pound US dollar, right? Nice big bearish candle. We haven't broken H4 structure, right? I hear you, but the daily chart was telling me to sell. And also the H1, we've literally just had a fresh structure break. Now, if I was with H4 trend, I may trade this on a H1 structure break, which is what we've just had, right? We've just broken this key level. We're getting lower highs, lower lows, right? So aggressively, I could trade the H1, and I might do that if I was with H4 trend, but I'm not. So it really depends on this H4 candle. But if that's nice and bearish, I'm going to sell pound US dollar as well. And as always, I'll put it in the VIP Discord. I'll type in my entry, stop loss, the whole damn nine. All right. So yeah, there you go, guys. They're the trades I am looking at. There's also another trade I want to show you, actually. But before I do, guys, like I say, for the next 45 minutes, you know, this is all about you, right? You can ask me as many questions as you like about trading, right? So don't be shy. Pick my brain. I've been doing this for a bloody long time. And I don't say that negatively. I enjoy trading. It's good that I've been doing it a long time. The early years were like banging your head against the wall and pulling toenails out, but now we enjoy it, right? So yeah, pick my brain, guys. All right, don't be afraid to ask as many questions as you like about trading. Also, what pairs are you looking at, right? Please let me know. Your questions are my fuel. So what are we going to look at now? Okay, let's say hello to a few people. McFlave, good morning, McFlave from Public Enemy. Get well soon, editor. Colin, Euro Yen is a nice tick. Yes, Euro Yen is a tick, 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 tick. We like Euro Yen. We like when our trading checklist is ticked. Call me sad. But if I'm ticking all of those boxes, structure, trends, support and resistance, candlesticks, value, moving average 20, if I'm ticking all those bad boys, I am over the moon, right? I need to get out more. Also, guys, Brett Larry, that's a word I've not heard in years. British slang at its finest. Yes. Brett. So we've got a hello for Pello as well. Scott, hi Scott, how are you? So Brett has got a question here. Brett, Tom, Christ, slow down, take a breath, stop eating chocolate before the live stream and stop pounding coffee. Let's read the question properly. Tom, any pairs or assets you are staying away from due to volatility? No, right? Is the word. I will not stay away from, I will only stay away from an asset because of price action tells me to stay away. And I'll give you a prime example, right? Euro New Zealand dollar, right? You know, what can you do with that, right? We are super overextended up here, right? There's no value for me in buying Euro New Zealand dollar, although we are in an uptrend, right? We're clearly in an uptrend. I want to buy it, but you know, and also look, trend tick, candle tick, right? There's a lot of bullishness here, but the biggest problem here is value. And there's so many trades like this. You know, if you look at any yen pair, really, look at Aussie dollar yen, any Aussie dollar pair, to be fair. Right? I mean, you know, I'm not going to start selling down here. So volatility will not keep me away from any asset, but price action will. Right? So Aussie dollar yen, there's no value in selling it. Right? Whereas Euro yen, right? Just compare these two trades. Right? You know, start selling down here. No, thank you. You look at Euro yen on the day chart. Start selling up here. Yes, please. Right. So good question, but no, nothing, you know, of course the indices, right? Not, I wouldn't say volatile, just dropping like stones, but it wouldn't stop me from trading them if I had a setup, but I don't. Again, there's no value down here. I don't want to start selling in here. So it's only price action that will keep me away from an asset, and that's it. I mean, everything's crazy at the moment. Look at oil. Yeah. You know, crazy, right? But there's no trade here. Yeah, there's no value. I would need at least a retrace towards the moving average 20, right? And then start selling. All right, so these are volatile times. That will not stop me from trading. Price action will. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? Yeah, guys, please ask as many questions as you like. Also, while I'm at it, the sun is coming in. So if I start to disappear because of the light, then blame the editor because he's sick. It's not my fault. But guys, if you're enjoying my analysis, enjoy the live streams, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please come join our beautiful trading community, right? You can talk to like-minded traders, you can share knowledge, trade ideas. It's a great place. Come join our free Discord channel. Also, guys, if you want access to our premium trading education, then please check out the website, www.simply-forex.com. You have access to the complete Simply Forex trading course. You also have access to the VIP Trading Academy on the Discord, which I just showed you earlier. And also, guys, you can get access to my mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one. So if you're interested in any of that, check out the website. And also, guys, today's live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone. If you look above my head, if you swap brokers or get a broker, then please choose Pepperstone, guys. They are going to give you a free essential TradingView subscription, and we are going to give you free access to the VIP Trading Academy. It's a no-brainer. Swap to Pepperstone today. They're also compatible with TradingView and a world-class broker. Colin has got a question here. Tom, thoughts on EuroCAD? You think it has another leg up? Okay, so we were selling it yesterday. We made some profit, but now it's very bullish. Now, I looked at this trade earlier, right? So again, you know, this candle hasn't happened. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, right, this is what you're looking at. This is what I base my decisions on, the daily chart, right? This gives me my direction. This tells me if I can buy it, sell it, or I should stay the hell out of the market, right? And this one didn't quite make my trade criteria, right? Now, you know, price has come down, but now we're starting to see, right, higher lows, okay? But this level still hasn't broken. I know this candle and the body of that candle breaks that level, but just look at those wicks, right? That's like the 3 nights of selling. I just saw 3 wicks and come up with a terrible name for them. The 3 wicks of wondrous selling, not better, right? But you get the idea. I don't want to buy into this selling area, right? That is a selling area. I do not want to buy into it. And it was as simple as that, right? So when I see that, I'm like, right, I don't want to buy into that next. And then I look at the next pair, right? And also, if I was considering it, basically let's go back to real time, by the time I had gotten up in the morning, right, price was already up here, right? So there's no value for me anyway, right? I feel a sneeze coming on. No, we're okay. How dramatic. So price was already up here. There's no value in it, right? Maybe if I got a fresh H4 structure break when it happened, okay. But even then, day chart, I just do not want to sell into those wicks. I'd also take a look at the weekly chart, right? Just to see what's happening. And the weekly's not clear, right? I mean, a few things are clear, right? We're in an uptrend. That's clear. But this candle is not clear, right? We've got a very big top wick. And we also have a bottom wick, but it's not as big as the top wick. So this just tells me sellers are in here, right? And, you know, that's what the day chart's showing us as well. So it'll be interesting to see what price does here. Right? Does it want to push through and make it up to these highs? I would aim for this 1.58 thousand level. But to be honest with you, there's no trade there for me. Yeah, so there you go, Colin. Hope that helps. Booyaka Shah. What else are we looking at? Hi, Jet. How are you? Lee James. Hi, Tom. Would you say the S&P is in bear territory? The holy trinities of selling. Lee, where were you when I was naming those candles, those wicks? That's more like it. The holy trinity of selling. The tribeca of candle selling. Anyway, would you say the I mean S&P? When you say bear territory, I would say bears are in control. Right now, where the hell has the S&P gone? Am I going blind? There it is. Now, clearly, look at that, right? And guys, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to do a vid on buying stocks, right? Very soon, I'm going to buy up a shed load of stocks. I'm going to buy FTSE 100 dividend-paying stocks, right? And then the FTSE, whether it does this and goes up, whether it does this and goes up, the indices go up, right? And these are not stocks where I day trade. These are stocks that I'm going to keep hold of for years. Well, it depends. It depends how much they increase. I'll skim profits off the top, right? But the indices, right, unless it's the end of the world, right, touch wood, let's hope it's not, right? Unless it's the end of the world, the S&P is going to go back up. The NASDAQ is going to go back up. The FTSE is going to go back up, right? So all I see with the S&P and anything is I just see this as, you know, Black Friday, bargain basement time, right? You know, let's think of it as a TV, right? You could have bought a TV up here, right? But now Black Friday is 80% off. I can now buy a TV in here. I'm not sure if this analogy is working, but you know what I mean. So generally speaking, stocks will be cheap. Even if you didn't want to buy stocks, buy a FTSE tracker or a S&P tracker, right? Even if it does do this a little bit more, eventually over years, it's going to do that, right? It always has done. Let's go back in time just to confirm that I'm not talking absolute rubbish, right? Well, we know it. Sell-off goes back up to the highs. Look at that bad boy of a sell-off, right? That is COVID. Goes back up and some, right? Big sell-off, right? Goes back up, goes back up. Big sell-off, goes back up. Huge bloody sell-off. You know, I almost feel like thanking Trump for giving me this opportunity, right? There's going to be so many bargains to be had, right? And not only, you know, I'm not saying the recession and everything that people are talking about is good for everyone, right? I don't want people to lose their jobs and recessions, but, you know, recessions offer very good opportunities, and stocks is one of them. They are going to be cheap. Trackers, FTSE, you know, indice trackers, they're going to be cheap, right? So I'm actually going to do a vid on it to watch this space, right? Sorry, Lee, I digress. Back to your question. Before we do, we have some more of my rocket fuel. You could get some of Elon Musk's rockets to the moon with that, maybe Mars. It is bearish. Yeah, that's a bearish market. No ifs and buts. I know it's all fundamentally tariff based, but it's bears. Sellers are in control. Therefore, bears are in control, right? But again, like I said with a few of the pairs, right? I don't want to sell here, right? There's just no value in selling. If anything, I would trade a retrace, right? Or I would wait for a retrace, right? And then try and sell it lower, right? But it's just very difficult to trade the indices. But stocks, fill your boots, right? If you're from the UK, I think the limit's 20 grand English, get 20 grand. I know, okay, I don't mean that so flippantly, but get as much money as you can and invest in stocks and shares ISA. There you go. Stock advice on Simply Forex as well. Right, what else are we doing? But yeah, it's in bear territory, Lee. Lee, I still laugh about you crashing a boat in Italy. Offman, hi, how are you? Alex, could you also do a vid on trading bonds? Alex, to be totally honest, I wouldn't know. Let's say bonds is not a subject I know a lot about, right? The thing I know about bonds is they are quite risk off, right? So at the moment, right, bonds and treasury yields will be where people are potentially putting their money, right? Or people are sitting on cash because they're safe, right? When it's a risk on market, people are buying stocks, they're buying into the indices, right? Because they are more riskier investments, right? When the shit hits the fan, like we're seeing now, people will buy yen, people will buy gold, people will buy bonds, right? So bonds, if you have some money and you want to put them somewhere, could be a good option for that. But your best option is what I just said, right? Just buy a load of stocks. You know, buy big dividend paying stocks, buy GlaxoSmithKline, buy HSBC, buy, I don't know, WPP, right? Buy a defensive stock, right? Diversify. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, so Alex, just to be totally honest with you, yeah, that's what I know about bonds. How to trade them, I wouldn't know. Let's have a look at a treasury bond, right? From a US Treasury bonds futures. Okay, that's not very good. So, I mean, just from a technical perspective, right? They're not looking great at the moment, are they? Yeah. You know, weekly we was in an uptrend because of all this turmoil, but last week and the tariffs, even the bonds have not survived, right? They are crashing down. Yeah, look at them. Nothing's safe, right? So yeah, there you go. Right, what else are we looking at? OO Market, hey, that's website, yes. Carlos, hello Tom. Could I buy ETF S&P on Pepperstone from Europe? Probably. Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, if you just type in S&P and look specifically for ETFs, I believe. I can't see my keyboard because I've got a massive... Okay. Not sure. Look into that, but I'm pretty sure you could. Yeah, but just generally speaking, guys, buy an S&P tracker, right? It'll go up in a few years. There you go. Hold on to it. Okay, Lee. So Lee makes a great point here. Chinese investors are moving money out of bonds and into gold due to the tariff situation. So there you go. There's a macroeconomic geopolitical reason why the bonds are not even safe. You know, and we know what gold's been doing, right? So, you know, yeah, just sell all your gold, you'll be a millionaire, or buy gold, right? There's never been a stronger fundamental argument to buy gold in all of my life. 2008, probably. Right, what else are we looking at? Any more questions? No. Okay, so guys, please don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you like about trading. Another little one I was going to show you from earlier, guys, is natural gas. I'll go have some water now because I'm sweating because of the coffee. OO Markets, the James Bond of trading. There you go. We're going to change the name from Simply Forex to that. Natural gas. Okay, it hasn't really presented an opportunity, but natural gas was a good opportunity, right? We recently broke a level here, right? And we've been in a downtrend. Okay, so natural gas, if we get some retrace into here, I think we've got to move downwards as well. So that was something else that I was looking at. You know, I keep an eye on these things, guys. Sometimes they present good trading opportunities, right? And if it moves, you can trade it, right? I don't say that as a risky statement, right? I'm still gonna, you know, follow my exact price action plan and follow my risk parameters, but you can, right? You can trade natural gas as long as the spread's not crazy. That's all I care about. Right, what else are we looking at? Alex, what do you think about US dollar yen, Tom? I see shorts. I see trees are green. Sorry. I just thought, yeah. Yes, Alex. Now, it is an interesting one, right? Because if we go back, let's start with the weekly chart, right? Now, in an ideal world, right, we know this level here was a key level, right? I would say even that, okay? This level here was a key level and we broke it. We've got a retrace and now it's come down again. So we're clearly in a downtrend. The only thing I didn't like about US dollar yen was the wick closing back into that low, right? It's held on to that level. That's the only thing that I was a little bit dubious about with US dollar yen, right? But having said that, there's lots of reasons to like it. Again, fundamentally, right? Yen is a flight to safety. And also from a technical point of view, right? We're in a downtrend. Okay. Bearish-ish candle, don't like the wick, right? But we have a lot of room to move into back down to these lows here, right? So weekly would suggest we can sell it down to there, right? Now, you know, obviously yen strength depends a lot on what happens with the indices and tariffs. And, you know, a lot of this yen strength is geopolitical, right? I've never spoken about fundamentals so much in all my life as I have since Trump's come into power, right? I'm actually, you know, learning some things myself, you know, about fundamentals and stuff, but noise, I block it out, right? Now, weekly would suggest yes, daily's in a downtrend. Once it loads up, there we go, right? And the daily, oh no, we need to go back to real time, right? So real time, look, we're breaking these lows. Yeah, we had a nice bearish candle form yesterday, right? And we're breaking these lows currently. Now, please bear in mind, this candle hasn't finished forming. But if it finishes like that, more US dollar yen selling, right? That is a continuation of trend. Like we was even gathering momentum here. Is it a bit of an uptrend and then bang, bang, bang? We're in a downtrend. Like I say, if this candle closes below these lows, keep selling US dollar yen. Is everything fundamentally is telling us to do that. And, you know, technically, if that candle finishes today like that, it's also telling us to sell US dollar yen. Which reminds me of my euro yen trade. Let's see how that's coming along. Okay, so let's have a look at that. I mean, in an ideal world, I don't want price to hold on to that low, but you know, this is still a bearish H4 candle, and we've only got 25 minutes till this finishes forming. Sorry, I'm in this trade, guys. Like I say, if you want this trade, my target, stop loss, check out the VIP Discord, the link's below. Remember, guys, I'm also looking at pound US dollar sells. If, right, no, then I'm probably not now. Yeah, remember at the start of the live stream, guys, I was like, if we get a big bearish H4 candle like this, I would consider selling pound US dollar. But if the H4 candle looks like that, no, not interested. Okay. So Brett here, Tom, please don't give up your day job. You'll be pouring a week with that singing. Yes. Sometimes we do karaoke and I can clear a pub with this voice, right? It's not good. Yeah, my missus is a very good singer, I must say. Alex, I have a bar zone at 135.52. I'm looking for a reaction there. Okay, so let's go back to US dollar yen, 135.52. Okay, right. $135.52. Are we looking at the same thing here? So this is 135.52. Right, you're looking at some crazy monthly stuff. Right, okay. Are you telling me this is, oh, right. Okay, pound US dollar, good head and shoulders. Sorry, I thought you were talking about US dollar yen. But look at US dollar yen on the monthly. Right, this level's holding, but we're starting to see lower highs. Bit of an inkling that price will make it down to there as well. Clearly below the moving average 20, which we haven't been for bloody years, right? That is March 21. We didn't break it until September 24, and we're back below the moving average 20, right? Pound US dollar, Alex is telling me a head and shoulders pattern. Let's take a look. I'm assuming the H4. Head and shoulders pattern on pound US dollar. I'm not seeing it. No. Can't see that one, Alex, I'm afraid. And guys, please, any more questions? Don't be shy. Come ask me. Let's have a look at gold. I want to see what gold's doing. Because in terms of the daily chart, right, I know we've just made a case about how fundamentally gold is a buy. It is, right? But technically it's a sell, right? If we look at the day chart, right, we're in a downtrend and we're at a very interesting level of resistance, right? We're getting lower lows. Could this be a new lower high and price comes down? Fundamentally, no, right? But this is a really nice level. It's resistance and we're at the moving average 20. And we're in a daily downtrend. Now, normally at this level, my mouth would be salivating and a little bit of drool would be coming down my chin, and it's not pretty, right? It's not nice to look at. But it's gold. And there's so much bloody noise around gold that it's tricky to sell. But let's take a look at the H4. You know, it's a really nice level. It really is. It'll be interesting to see what this H4 candle finishes like. You know, I'm not tempted to sell it, mainly because of H4 structure, right? We're in an uptrend, higher lows, higher highs, and we're above the moving average 20. But this is a very interesting daily level. And just look at price, right? Keeps reacting at that level. Yeah, so gold's interesting right now. What else is interesting? I was looking at a Euro Swiss franc trade, but there was just no room for it. Yeah, it's so oversold, right? There's just no room for it. Yeah, and we're at support. Right, Euro yen was the better trade, and that's the trade that I'm in. But yeah, let's take a look at this as well. Let's have a look at the H4. Yeah, we're looking okay. We've still got 20 minutes left. Anything else that anyone is looking at for today, guys? Have you got any other trades that you're looking at? please let me know. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Please don't forget to come join our free trading community. Come join our free Discord. Why the hell not? Also, if you want access to all of our premium trading education, please check out the website www.simply-forex.com. Also, guys, today's live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone. This coffee is too strong. And if you change broker today, sign up with Pepperstone, they will give you a free essential TradingView subscription, and we will give you free access to the TradingView, the VIP Trading Academy. This coffee is far too strong. You're welcome, Tony. Brett wants to look at DAX. Let's do the DAX then. I always call DAX the face ripper, right? It moves so quickly. Let's do a top-down approach. I mean, let's get rid of some of these old. I mean, what you're doing with the indices is looking for some clear support. I know it's all fundamentally driven, right? All of this sell-off with the indices, right? We know that. But traders, right, are looking at technical levels. Where could we see a bounce off, right? And looking at the DAX, we're at a pretty good level for that. And a big psychological number at 19,000, right? So this is a really interesting area for the DAX. Now, I'm not saying I want to buy the DAX. That would be like, you know, jumping off a very high building with no parachute, right? Don't do that at home, kids. Yeah. Low buildings are fine. I'm only joking. Don't jump off any buildings, right? But, you know, that's what we're looking for. We're like, right, where could the indices find a bottom, right? And the DAX, there's a good level there. But I'm not going to start buying that, right? I'm just not. I'm not going to buy the indice as an intraday trader, right? So what I'm talking about now is as an intraday trader, right? Even if we get a bullish candle, right? We had a bullish candle. I would say that is a bullish candle off of that level. You know, can we start buying the retrace? And the answer is no, right? Because it's just dropping like a stone, right? I don't, you know, I'm trying to pick the bottom here. Don't do that, right? So I'm not interested in it from an intraday point of view, but because it's intraday, right? And I'm going to have a stop loss in here, right? But I am interested in this level from an investment point of view, right? If you like German stocks or you've done a DAX tracker, I think this is a very nice area to start buying a DAX tracker, right? As I mentioned before, or German stocks, right? You know, so from an investment point of view, I'm very interested in the indices, right? Holding stocks for many years, holding a tracker for many years. From an intraday point of view, wouldn't touch it with yours, right? Wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. So yeah, that's how I'm viewing it. And let's just look at the monthly chart. Right? I mean, just look at the monthly chart as well, right? Really interesting level. Moving average 20, last piece of resistance, right? We're in an uptrend, right? Really interesting level if we look at the monthly chart, right? But again, very fundamentally led. Trump, who the hell knows what he's going to do? You know, don't even listen to all the CNN analysts. They're all like, ain't got a clue what he's going to do. We have no clue how this is all going to turn out. You know, everyone keeps prattling on about inflation, recession coming. No one knows, right? You know, just trade what you see in front of you on the charts. And on that note, guys, I want to say thank you very much for all of your questions today and your time. Thanks for joining us. Please come join us again tomorrow, same time, 8 a.m. New York EST time for more of the same, more live stream, more analysis, more trade ideas, more questions, more coffee. Let's do it. All right. I'll see you later, guys. got to turn this off now without the editor. Bear with me.